Alright, so welcome back to some more footage of Naruto Boruto Shinobi Strikers. This time we're just going to be focusing a little bit more on the medic class or the healing class, kind of give my overall thoughts and just some of their characteristics within the game. So the healing classes in this game in the beta was Sakura and then your custom character class. So the first half of this is going to be more so focused towards Sakura, the second half will be focused more towards the custom character. So Sakura in this game has two abilities, at least in the beta. She has the Cherry Blossom Crash, which is her punching the fist, or sorry, using her fist to punch the ground and creating a huge rock. It has a pretty decent area of effect attack, but you can't use it while in midair, and the startup time is pretty long. But she does have armor on the move, so that way whenever you do use it, enemies are attacking you, they can't knock you out of it. So it's pretty good if there's a group of enemies and you need to get them either back off of you. Don't use it like I did there to knock yourself off of cliffs, because once you start it, you can't stop it. So just be careful of that. But if there's multiple enemies around you, you can use that attack and you'll get them off of you, and then you can use your burst heal, which is what we're talking about next. I'm not exactly sure what the name of the burst heal is, I forget off the top of my head, but essentially what it does is when you use it, it's a burst heal and the area of effect is actually pretty big. It's a pretty big radius, and so it heals, I believe, 50% of the team's health in total. So, and for example, if you have 50%, you'll heal up to full health, but if you have less than that, you'll heal up to 50%. Now, the trade-off of this move is that it's a one-time use, and it doesn't take that long to charge, but it's not as good as the custom character's heal, in my opinion, and we'll go over that in a minute. So, Sakura in this game she plays more of a combat medic in this game. She can be up close and personal with the team. She can actually deal out a pretty good amount of damage with the Cherry Blossom Crash and her physical combos, her taijutsu. She actually hits pretty hard, but the fact is taijutsu is not necessarily the greatest thing in this game, so it's kind of hard to show that off within the beta, but she actually does hit pretty hard and her combos actually do knock back pretty good. So I would say she's overall a good combat medic if that's what you're looking for in terms of supporting the team. Now, you can also build your custom character this way as well, but if you like the original cast and you want to play as the original cast, so far Sakura is that combat medic type, so I think she's very useful in that regard. Probably not necessarily on this map. I think she would play better a little bit on the Hidden Leaf Village map instead of this map, simply because there's a lot of places that are wide open, so you can accidentally use your ability to fly off a cliff like I did earlier. So yeah, you want to stay up close and personal, you want to be in the action, you want to be around your team, because your burst heal actually is pretty useful, even though it does take a little bit of time to charge. It doesn't take that much time, but it does take some time to charge. Her ultimate is, I think, I'm not sure of the name, I do apologize for that. I'm pretty sure someone's going to correct me in the comments. But what it essentially does is it does a burst heal of 100% and actually buffs your team as well. I believe it buffs your team's defense, and I believe maybe their speed as well. So I just used it there. Definitely got a buff there, as you can see from the arrow next to my health bar. It may be speed, it may be defense, I'm not exactly sure. I don't think the description was pretty clear in regards to what the buff actually does. But in regards to that, I think Sakura is actually pretty decent in this game from the beta so far, even though she's pretty useless in the anime. She actually has her role, which she actually fits pretty well here. If you like a character that's up close and personal but can also heal and support the team, Sakura is that character. So we'll switch off to the custom character here, and we'll kind of talk about a little bit about the custom character and some of the main differences between the two. Alright, so we're back, and here is the custom class character that you can use as a healer. Now, they're a little bit different than Sakura. Their healing is, like I mentioned before, more of a constant heal, and what that means is that you can use the jutsu and you'll run around and you'll heal your teammates around you, but the radius isn't as big. Now, the trade-off to this is while you can move, jump on walls and stuff like that, you can't do any other action, so you're stuck healing, which this can be good and bad. If you can find a good place to hide and use your heal, then you can essentially keep your team kind of topped off. Now, the trade-off for that, again, is that you can't heal while other characters are taking damage, per se. So if one of the other characters is in the middle of a combo, you can't heal throughout that combo. You have to wait till the combo ends, and then you can start healing them up again. They have two other abilities, which is more so used for control, more so than healing. The first one is a paper talisman or paper bomb that stuns the opponent and seals the opponent's jutsu for a short time. The second ability is a paralysis jutsu, so you can actually use this in combination like you just seen earlier, where you throw the talisman and then you hit them with the paralyzation jutsu. It's actually really useful if enemies are in the air jumping around, or if you try and catch someone using the middle of a jutsu, you can throw the paper bomb and then hit them with the paralysis jutsu, and then one of your teammates can come off and finish them off. So I tend to like this class a little bit more on this map, just because you have that ranged paralysis and you have that paralysis jutsu, so you don't have to worry about, flying off the cliff as much. Again, the healing is really good. As you can see here, I'm trying to heal myself up. I'm going to try and make myself over back to the team since I'm by myself. You don't want to be by yourself as a healer. You're not really going to do much by yourself. I'm just playing like a dumbass here. Like, I'm trying to kill this one guy because he has like literally no health. But as you can see, that's not going so well for me. As I fall off the cliff yet again. This is why I really hate this map. But this character, the healing character is really good. I do enjoy the healing class. I think their healing can be borderline broken at times simply because of the fact that the healing rate is so high. As you saw earlier, I took a full combo, took off about half my health, and I was able to heal that up back up in about like 2 to 3 seconds. But it was pretty ridiculous. Their main weakness is that their physical attacks are not that great. Their combos aren't great. You're not going to do a lot of damage. Your main job is control and heal. So what you're going to do is pretty much use your talisman to stop the attackers or the defenders from... I keep falling off this map, I don't know why. To use your talisman, your paralysis due to stop other members either from healing, either from attacking, or either doing their job, so your people can do their job. So this is really a good utility class in terms of being pretty much a nuisance to the other team, which is why I enjoy it. I think it's a lot of fun to be a healer. I play a healer in a lot of games, so this is just more focused on my play style. Now, the difference between the custom healer in terms of the beta and soccer is that you're not really so much a combat medic, right? You're a utility medic. Your job is to, again, to keep the team topped off with health, and then to pretty much stun the opponents or stop the opponent from using their jutsus or their ultimate jutsus and stuff like that, which I believe the talisman and the paralysis jutsu can actually stop ultimates. But don't quote me on that. I actually don't remember too much about that. But regardless, this class is really great for just being a nuisance, being that guy's like, crap, we need to get rid of him because he keeps healing the team or he keeps stopping me from using my jutsus. And I find that a lot of fun. Not a lot of people do, but I think it's actually really cool, especially when you can coordinate with your team, which is something I wish this beta allows you to do, is to do voice chat or party up with people. But unfortunately, to my knowledge, I wasn't able to do that. Maybe with the beta coming back this weekend, they'll allow you to party up and stuff with people. Now, they have the same ultimate, which is the heal, the massive heal, which heals 100%. I want to say it still does a buff, but I'm not 100% sure. It may be just like a massive heal, which if that's the case, I think they can buff that up a little bit more to kind of give like a little bit of a defensive buff. But anyway, the healing class, really good, being a nuisance, getting in there, healing your team, then getting out, or getting in there, stopping your team, or stopping the enemy team from doing something so your team can follow up. Probably not necessarily my favorite class, but it is a lot of fun to play. I definitely recommend it if you jump into the game to at least make one healing class for your custom character and just kind of experiment and play around with it. So I think we end up losing this match, unfortunately. I can't necessarily remember. I think it was very close though. I think he was about to kill this one dude and then someone fell off one of the buildings. So anyway, next up we'll take a look at the defensive class and then the range class, so on and so forth. So let me know what you guys think of these videos.